before we start, okay, ada share you punya apa survey ya, for survey untuk apa this course lah. You may give feedback dekat dekat I send dekat apa chat message tu, okay, link tu. So you may fill in the survey form lah for improvement of this course. Okay. Saya tengok itu tak ramai yang bagi feedback kan. So hope you can give more feedback lah. Alright guys, I think we may start now. Okay, because this class also will not take more than 30 minutes. Just a brief revision. So you can do a best preparation for your final exam lah. Because apa topik ni this course pun banyak topik, so I think this will help you to prepare better lah. Okay, as you know that this course have three main course outcome. Okay, CO1, CO1 ability to apply knowledge of production quality control in operational management. So the final exam will assess this. Okay, same thing for CO2, ability to choose appropriate techniques for production planning and quality management. And lastly, CO3, ability to recommend and justify appropriate techniques for production and quality improvement. So all these three course outcomes will be assessed during your final exam. Few of them have been assessed during your quizzes and also your assignment and your midterm test last time. Okay. So let's look back at the assessment percentage. Continuous assessment 40%, your final exam 60%. Okay. 40% to coursework lah. So midterm test 20%. I believe all of you already got the marks for this final midterm test. Okay. And then for the quizzes 10%. You have two quizzes, 5% for each quiz, and assignment 10%. Okay, group assignment. So far, you may have the mark for your midterm test and quizzes, but I'm not sure. IR Pauzi didn't finish marking yet for your assignment and quiz. Yeah, so maybe before final exam he will finish 2 of the markings. Okay, and that's 40%. Overall from your midterm test, most of you have scored 70% and above, so should be no problem. For your final exam, this is the remaining 60%. Okay, so the format is you will have 4 questions, and then you need to answer all the questions compulsory. Okay, that means each question will carry 15% for each question. So total up 60%. Tapi dalam for the final exam, for each question it will carry 25 marks. That means total 4 question 100 lah. Tapi in term of assessment punya percentage, because final exam portion just 60%, so each question will carry 50%. Okay, that means if you score 50 for 100, you got 30% only. Yeah. Okay, that's for final exam format. So your final exam will be on Friday next week. 28 kan? 28 3 PM. Okay, after Friday prayer. So this is the main topics that we have covered. Introduction to operation management, operation performance, concept of productivity, product design processes, managing quality, and demand forecasting. Okay, these 6 topics have been covered by me. The remaining linear programming, project management, inventory management, JIT linear operation, quality control, maintenance management have been covered by IR Pauzi. Okay, so assessment also 50-50. in terms of quiz and quiz 1 and also midterm test, I have been do assessment. For the assignment and quiz 2, the assessment have been done by IRPOZ. So for final exam question as well, 2 questions from me and another 2 questions from IRPOZ. So 50-50, yeah. But I will cover all of these, including IPOZ question, so that you may have some idea what will the question will look like. All right. The first question is regarding of these two main topics, concept of productivity and also managing quality. So you will ask regarding how to calculate single factor, multi-factor productivity, just like your tutorial questions, okay? And your quiz 1, I believe many of you have scored the quiz, okay? But the question will similar to that, so that you need to understand the question properly. And then also for question 1 also we have a theoretical part B, mostly will about the managing quality, about the 3 principles of total quality management and also cost of quality. So you need to discuss a little bit on that. So if you look back at the slide, so this slide is about signal factor productivity. So it's just output divided by inputs, okay? Same thing for multi-factor productivity, output divided by input, but now the input is have many factor lah, labor lah, material and so on, yeah. So you may look back your tutorial question and also your quiz, so that you prepare for your final exam question. About the total quality management, they have you need to focus on these 3 principles, okay? Customer satisfaction, employee improvement, continuous improvement, okay? Because the 2KM will focus on these 3 principles. And also you need to also to know about cost of quality. What is the difference between prevention cost, appraisal cost, okay? Internal failure cost, all these things, okay? So you may know the difference between these two, okay? Okay, that's for question 1. Question 2, more towards demand forecasting, okay? Demand forecasting, you know that we have covered regarding the formulas, okay? How to find the forecast. So you need to focus more on least square method, that you know that these equations, okay? Y caret A plus BX, B and so on, A, okay? This formula will be given, but you need to know what is Y, what is X, A and B and so on. So it will given a data, from data you need to do a forecast, okay? So but it's not in time, so it's more toward linear regression, okay? And for example, last time you have this table, you need to put x squared, xy and y squared and so on, and then you can find the value of A and B, and then you can find the forecast. Same thing, you need to also to know about the correlation coefficient. What does R means, okay? So how it correlates with the parameters, okay? Okay, that's for question 2. For question 3, more towards linear programming. This question been covered by IR Fauzi. So basically, you must know how to formulate the linear programming problems, okay? So so you must know these 4 steps, okay? First, you need to identify the decision variables, okay? Write the objective function, identify the constraint, and explicitly state the non-negative restriction, okay? So I believe I probably used the Dr. Halim slide from previous semester. So basically, the slide is quite similar, okay? This example have been used in his slide, I believe, regarding to find the maximum profit of chocolate production. They have two types of chocolate A and chocolate B. And then you have a limited amount of milk and cocoa. So you need to know how many quantity of chocolate A and chocolate B need to produce so that it can maximize the profit of your company. Okay, from the example, you may use this example as a reference so that you will understand. Okay, so first step, you need to find the decision variable. Okay, in this case, you said quantity or number of unit for chocolate A is X and chocolate B is Y. Okay, from there you may find the objective function because you want to maximize the profit. In this case, Z equal to maximum Z equal to 40X plus 50Y. So if you have right number of X and Y, your profit will maximize. Okay, because this X and Y depend on the constraints. Okay, of amount of milk and cocoa. So next, you need to identify the constraint. So from here, okay, the strategy is you need to put this in table so that it can help you, assist you in formulate the linear programming problems. Okay, solution. So for example, in this case, X plus 2Y must be less than 40, and then 4X plus 3Y must less or equal to 100. So you have milk constraint and cocoa constraint. About the non-negativity, it just greater than 0. That means both of X and Y must be greater than 0 because must be positive lah, number of chocolates A and chocolate B. Yeah. So at the end, you need how to find the Z. Okay, you need to draw this or find this optimal solution. So you know that the first constraint is X plus 2Y, and the one is 4X plus 3Y. Okay, from here, because both of X and Y must be greater than 0, that means above this. But and then for X plus 3Y must be less than 40, and for X plus 3Y must be less or equal to 120. So this blue area is the feasible area that overlap both of the area for constraint A and B. So you can see that at the end you got this area, okay, the shaded blue shaded area. So you need to find the optimal solution. In this case, the edge of the shape, which is A, B, and C. Okay, so from there, from A and B and C, you can find what is the value X, value Y, and you substitute in the Z, you will get the Z value. Same thing for B. You find the coordinates X and B, X and Y at B. You substitute in Z, and then you got the Z value. And finally, for C, coordinate X and Y for C, you will find Z after substitute the value of X and Y. Okay. So from here, the maximum one is the point B. Same thing like that. Okay. So I believe I probably have done tutorial with you as well regarding this linear programming. So you may revise these questions so that it can help you to answer the question. Yeah. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay. So the last question is about project management. As you know, project management more focused on PERT and CPM, critical path method. So you need to know how to draw the diagram, CPM, okay? And about the material management, you need to focus on reliability. You need to know how to find or calculate the reliability of a system, okay? So this is example in the textbook, okay, regarding the CPM, okay. You may use the shape, circle or block, but the most important thing, you must know how to put the value, the upper value and lower value. Yeah. All right. Regarding reliability, okay. So the formula is quite straightforward. You need to multiply each of the components reliability. Okay, if you have 3 components, just reliability is R1, R2, R3, so that you know what is the competence or reliability of each component. You just multiply. In this case, you got 71.3%, okay, or 0.713. But if you want to improve the reliability, you need to introduce the backup component. Okay, backup component, you may increase the reliability. So for example, your first component is 0.8. You want to increase the reliability, so you provide backup component. The backup component or the second component with reliability of 0.75. I mean, you have 0.8, you have backup component, but the backup component reliability is 0.75. Okay, so by having this backup second component as a backup component, so the formula for reliability, you need to multiply with the probability of needing second component. So the first component is 0.8, so you must minus 1 minus 0.8. So at the end, you multiply 0.75 multiply with the 0.2, you got 0.15. So the new reliability is 0.8 plus 0.5, which is 0.995. So before you provide the backup component, the reliability is 0.8. After you give or provide backup component, you can see it has increased to 0.95 reliability or 95%. Okay, this is the case where the probability of second component is 0.75. It also can be with the same competence, for example 0.8. Okay, for example, in this case, you have 3 components, 0.9, 0.8, 0.99. So theoretically, you can see that component 1 and 2 have low reliability or competence because it's less than 0.99. Okay, so you provide a backup component for component 1 and 2 with the same reliability component. For example, 0.9 also 0.9, 0.8 also 0.8. So from here, you calculate the reliability for R1 with backup component, R2 with backup component. So it's just matter of 0.9, 0.9 multiply with 1 minus 0.9. Okay, this is for new reliability for R1. Same thing for R2, 0.8 plus 0.8 multiply with 1 minus 0.8. This is second reliability. And RT is still the same, 0.9. So you determine the value for each term, and then you multiply, you got 0.95. So you can see that reliability have increased from 0.713 to 0.95. Okay, guys. Okay? Play? All right. I think that's all for your tips for your final exam. You have 4 questions. So you need to focus on the topics of single factor, multi-factor, TQM, cost of quality, and then about this forecasting. You need to know how to find the formula X, Y, and so on. And then about linear programming, okay, you need to know how to formulate the linear programming problem, and then about the you need to find the optimal solution. And finally, question 4 is about the project management. You need to know how to find the CPM. And lastly, about reliability, you need to know how to calculate the reliability of a system with backup component so that you can increase the reliability. Okay, guys, I think that's all for revision class tonight. Okay, so you have plenty of time to do revision. Please fill in the survey for those who didn't fill in the survey yet. Okay, I have put the survey on the chat message. Okay, guys. Any question before we end this revision class? Semua okay? Diam je ni.
Okay, Doktor. Thank you.
Alright, good.
Okay, Doktor.
Okay, if you don't have any question, thank you very much. Okay, for your time. I hope you will score this course with flying colors. Okay, and see you next week. Okay, on Friday. Okay, guys. Thank you. Selamat menyambut tahun baru Ma'al Hijrah. Okay. Okay, bye-bye. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Doktor.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doktor.
Thank you, Doktor.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.